TV besties, TV besties, TV besties. First off, don't come for my shirt. I didn't feel like changing, honestly. Real recognize real. Stuff happened. It'll be all right. We had some crab legs today, so there's just a little bit of juice left over, that I saved for my shirt because my shirt wanted something too. Okay, now, nonetheless, what's up, y'all? I'm your girl, Ash. If you are new here, welcome. Stick around for a while, catch a couple of videos. Please like this video if you do enjoy it. You guys really don't know, liking the video definitely helps me out. Don't click off early. Definitely try to watch this video full the way through, Yeah, stuff like that is what you're going to hear all the way through. And y'all, like, as you can see in the title, it is the Surreal Life that we talking about tonight, y'all. And low-key, like, are y'all getting triggered? Because I feel like I'm getting triggered. Like, it's a lot going on here. And I literally was just talking about how I felt like, these activities that they were doing were very kind of like, not trivial. I don't think I want to use the word trivial. Like, it was clearly like surface level. It was like, okay, what are they doing this for? But today was like the activity where they really like maybe started to like get deep. And I can't think, was it Tamar? One of them had said it, like, what else would make you more vulnerable than put you in a vulnerable state where you're high up in the air, probably afraid of heights, it's just safe to say that emotions definitely ran high up in the skies, okay? So y'all bear with me. As you can see, I was doing just fine. All of a sudden, I get all of a sudden congested out of nowhere as I'm still recovering from being sick. So let's try to clear that up real quick. Let's see if we can clear that up. Be right back. Be right back. Oh, so y'all. All right, y'all. So before we even get into like even the craziness of like what really happened to this episode, I'm loving that, everybody is really just starting to, get to know each other and really just starting to, form those bonds. Like, especially like, Stormy and Tamar could not be like any more different. But who would have thought that they're the same sign, but then as well as the exact same birthday? And it really just goes to show, like, one, don't judge a book by its cover. And you really don't know who you just might bond and, have to get, closeness to or whatever or whatnot. But I really feel like when it comes to Dennis, Kim, August, and Tamar really have a way with him, and I really, as far as definitely, especially Tamar and August, I definitely think as a man to man type thing, August is able to reach him on that maybe type of level. And then just that trauma and going through, healing, and how that, I guess, as Dennis says, how they deal with things, is where him and Tamar, like really click. So they end so they end up like doing like the activity, which is like a new like trending thing now, is where you go in the sky and like have like a nice dinner or whatever or whatnot. And while they were up there, the cast or production basically gave them the activity of where they would, because doesn't like, okay, let's start there. The text messages, that is so, like, every time I see it, it reminds me of like the old challenge when, was it like that on the Real World too? Either way, it was definitely like on the challenge in the early days where, they had the sidekicks or whatever or whatnot, all the good phones, and they would get messages about what their challenge was going to be. So it's kind of like basically the same thing is what's happening here. And so they get a text while up in the air, and then basically they're supposed to say something nice or like, what have they liked greatly about the person that's to the left. Good old Dennis, of course, had to take this and turn it, but it opens a door, it ends up, of course, open up a door for us into Dennis. And then, of course, Dennis, as they say, Dennis Dennison, he immediately, okay, so while I'm no therapist, counselor, whatever, whatever, whatever. This is my depiction. This is how I see, what's going on. Obviously, this Dennis has so much trauma, so much hurt. And I think the persona that Dennis is has become his defense mechanism, because of everything, that he went through. Is kind of like an adverse of like effect, if that's the word that I want to use. So it's like a problem child where, they do bad things like to get attention, and that was Dennis. He did the outrageous things, he did the rebellious things, to get attention. But I feel like at the same time, that persona is low-key like a protection. I think he was even just talking to August, and he was saying after he had really like came at Tamar about her wanting to commit suicide, which was really a trigger for him, because he had wanted to commit suicide, years ago. And so it's like he's saying, I built this asshole. I built this asshole. Yes, this whole persona of Dennis Rodman and all this asshole, that's the defense mechanism that that's his protection and his cover up for everything and the hurt and the trauma and the pain, that he goes through. And definitely, he wants to open up. I feel like he does want to open up. He wants people to see him because he's definitely being seen. Like, he's definitely being seen. He's getting more understood, but it's still just like, but you can't just be out here hurting people because you're hurting. It's that's not how that goes, bro. He's not necessarily open to, really doing the work, that he really needs to do. But that's what's really going to help him like have that breakthrough. And I really give it to August and Tamar for still in a way holding him to something, not when he's having those moments. And it's kind of just like, okay, he's gonna go there where it's like once he shows you the pain, and then he realizes like he's shown you that, it's like, nah, I gotta bring that back in. Like, now they think like I'm a bitch, or now they think that, that I'm this. Let me show them that I'm really an asshole. Like, let me remind them that, you didn't see this, because this is really me. Yeah, you saw this, but this is really me. Don't forget this. This is what I do. I hurt people. I be mean. I be a butthole. Like, and that's like emotionally, even as a friendship, somebody being with him, like that has to be like a lot or whatever or whatnot, and a lot to have to even deal with. So as well, it's like the alcohol definitely doesn't make it any better. I think the alcohol blacks him out into the point where he can still get to that vulnerable state, but at the same time, once it gets to a level, it turns into that meanness. It turns it that's that, okay, all right, I've shown them this, now I've got to do something to cover that up, to show that I'm not, yeah, I've been through this, but I'm really a cold motherfucker for real, because da 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 da. Like, the layers to Dennis Rodman is like overwhelming. It's just like, technically it's the third episode, even though the first two episodes were all in the same night. We're 3 episodes in, and I'm emotionally overwhelmed. But it's like at the same time, I want so much more for him, and I want him to get through it. I want him to get this healing. So yeah, he didn't leave. It's like he knows he's gonna go and hurt on purpose, as he was telling August Alsina, watch this, watch this, watch this, and goes up there, attacks Tamar, and then when he realizes, like, at the same time, it's like, I don't even think that he's really trying to hurt. He's really, I feel like, trying to get something out. But the way he does it, it does not come out the right way. It does not do what necessarily he wanted to do. Because I really think that once he really got it, once he realized what his words really did and what had really taken place, I really think he genuinely wanted to come back. And I think it was just like, you know what? Yep. All right. Yep. It's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. And for a second, I was like, God, don't run from this dentist. Like, you need this, stay in it. So obviously, I'm thinking, like, yeah, he probably just needs some fresh air, whatnot. But it is going to be, like, weird and awkward when it's time for him to come back in the house. Because it's kind of like, how is this what we're going to get from you this entire season? Because that's not it. As much as I want more incidents, as much as I want to get more from him, this is not like this is going to be overwhelming. I'm not going to want to continue to see this, see you, heal, by trying to heal by talking about it, as they were talking about, like, releasing that poison just for you to go and then try to put that poison on somebody else. Like, bro, like, the level of, like, no, Dr. Drew, no, you need to go deeper, bro. You need to go deeper, but and like, let me decide not even, like, trying to, like, grab onto things, because, like I said, like, I'm no professional. I can't diagnose him, whatever, but I really think that he has some good group of people around him that can help him to be, aware and to bring out those things. And I really think that's why he does Tamar the way he does. I think Tamar definitely challenges him. I definitely think that he does like her. I think he does that stuff and says those rude things for whatever reasons, but I really feel like she's the one that really kind of gets him and can really, like, I don't want to say bring him around, but just it's something about her that's a trigger for him. And it's like he wants her there because she's able to help him, like, to like deal with and heal some of those things and give him that insight that he's not seeing because she's going through that healing process. But then as well, it's like, yeah, she sees too much of me, so I need to get her before she think that she can get me. Like, it's kind of like, it's so deep that this episode, like, this show alone, clearly is not gonna do it. I could not imagine, basically working with someone, that person, and it's not even like even working with someone, because yes, he did work with this particular teammate. Yes, I am, like, really nosy, like, definitely, like, and if y'all know anything, like, definitely drop the tea below. Let me know, like, who was this person that had slept with his wife, all these years ago. And as I said that, I'm losing my whole, train of thought or whatever, what I was about to say. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, y'all. Like, okay, you work with someone and then you find out that this particular person, slept with your significant other, your spouse, whatever. But this is in a sense, in a sentence where this is in a sense where this is can make it, not even necessarily make and break our career, but this is something that could either is gonna take us, we have to depend on each other. We are on a team where I have to directly trust you and depend on you. This is not, oh, I work at Capital One and, oh, we're on the same team, but we take phone calls all day. Your metrics aren't depending on my metrics. Like, how you do your job is not dependent on me. But in that setting where how you perform and how I perform, and if I decide not to pass you the ball or not, is going to come determine on if we're going to win this game, if we're going to move towards a championship. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that. And then let's not even think about the fact that possibly that you're thinking that you have, like, a friendship with this person, and, like, and then this is your wife. Like, this is crazy, y'all. Definitely let me know what y'all thoughts were about this episode. I'm not even gonna carry this like all too long. I'm definitely anxious to see what's gonna come up next week. You know, when he comes back, how he's gonna handle, everybody, how he's gonna handle, Tamar. I really feel like Dennis is not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. I do not see that. So I genuinely believe he's going to come in and want to try to smooth and calm things over with Tamar. It's a matter of, is it too little too late? You know, okay, cool, you do that, but now how are we going to be moving forward, in the house? Because even still, this is not like, I don't think this is behavior that he's just doing to them. I think this is Dennisine, this is how he does on a normal. So it's not like something that he's going to be able to stop and fix overnight. Like this is going to be very interesting. I didn't see this running this deep. I did not see things like running this deep for him. But at the same time, it really just like makes sense, y'all. So nonetheless, like it's giving like a whole bunch of healing. Yes, like this show and these challenges are meant to challenge them, to test them, possibly in ways, really to get them out of their comfort zones, in ways. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's definitely doing what it's supposed to do. But I need some smiles and some laughter, at least a little bit, y'all, a little bit, because right now it's looking real dark, right now. So stay tuned for next week. I will be here with y'all as always. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you do. And hit that subscribe button if you are new here. Check me out for the first time. As always, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.